the future in English. Going to and will.
Going to and will are two of the most used ways of talking about the future in English. But what's the difference? Well, we can use going to when we have plans and we are certain about them, and for things that will happen. We use will to make promises, talk about the distant future, and things we are not so sure will really happen. Look at the picture. Let's imagine that the girl is going to travel. The trip is scheduled for next week and she's already packing. So in this situation, we are certain about the trip. And then we can use going to. She is going to travel next week. Now, let's consider a different situation. Let's imagine it's her dream to travel in the future, but we don't know if she is really going, and neither when nor how. It is uncertain, a distant future, so here we can use will. So, still using the example about traveling, we can say, she will travel in the future. So, these are the structures of going to and will. With going to, we use first the subject, I, he, she, they, you, it, we. Then the verb to be, am, is, or are, according to the person we are talking about. Then we use going to, then the action, study, travel, buy, cook, and then the complement. It can be when, for example, next year, or where, to London, or what, buy a new phone, for example. So let's consider this picture here. I can say, for example, that she is going to eat pizza tonight. So I have here my subject, she is, the verb to be, going to, then the action, eat, and then the complements, what, pizza, and when, tonight. And with will, it is even easier. You just need to use the subject, I, you, he, she, it, then will, then the action, study, travel, buy, and then the complements, where, when, or what. So, considering this picture, for example, let's imagine it's a plan the friends have for next month, but they don't know if it's really going to happen. Remember, for uncertain plans, we need to use will. So we can say, they will go to the cinema, or they will watch a movie. It's another option. So here I have my subject, they, then will, then the action, go, and then the complement, in this case, where, to the cinema. Now, for the negatives, I'm just going to use not after the verb to be. So, I am not going to study next year. She is not going to travel to London. They are not going to buy a new phone. I can also contract. I can say just, I'm not going to study. He's not, for example, like this. Or then, you're not going to buy a new phone. With will, I use also the negative after will. So I will say will not. Or I can say won't. Won't is the contracted form of will. Will not, won't. So I will travel to London. I will not travel to London. Or I won't travel to London.